There's many people you have to watch out for in life, like a fake friend, stuff like that. But the people you need to watch out for the most is angry people. Angry people, they're the most corrupt, most unself aware, the most victimized people in the entire world. Angry people will say and do some fucked up shit, and then when you react towards how they're acting towards you out of anger, you're in the wrong. Here's the thing. One thing about me is everybody who's entered my life, the thing about me is, I've said it many times, I like to study people. Like me, I'm into psychology, stuff like that. So every action and every word and every single way someone is, I feel like, oh, like there's a backstory behind it. And again, then I go past, like I go down like routes of my life, and I'm like, oh, like during this time I was so angry because this. And what I've realized is that one thing about angry people, don't you see, like, listen, let's put it like this. You see, I don't know if you guys ever watch Naruto. This isn't, you're gonna understand the reference in a second. Naruto, you see, he had the nine tails inside of him, and you see what would happen was that when Naruto finally realized like he had the power of nine tails and he tried to use it, but he didn't want to use too much, he wanted to use just a little bit. What had happened was he wasn't able to control what was inside, so the nine tails ended up taking over his whole body, and he just like he lost control. He had no control over his body. The nine tails took over. So now think of it like this. Don't you see, when people are angry, the littlest thing the littlest thing turns out to be something this big, because they have a demon inside that they have not taken care of. And the thing about me is, I'll admit, in my past, the reason I know is because in my past, I know, like high school wise, the first time I was like angry as fuck. But the thing is that you have to understand, they're not just angry at you, it's internalized as well. It's something that's bothering them. It's something that they haven't made peace with. That's why when you get angry, you really burst. Like it's like an outburst, because now it's not only this, but you also have this inside. You have built up anger. So just this little much anger, when it's time to come out, all that's stored inside, it all comes out at once, and then it's an outburst. Don't you see? It is angry people who burn bridges with so much people. Don't you see? It is angry people who always find themselves alone, because nobody can tolerate that for so long. Angry people are the ones who will say something. This is the thing. When they're angry, you guys, I'm going to say you guys because I don't know who's watching, but you guys will say some fucked up shit, some ranted shit. And here's the thing. I've had that happen to me before. And then I'm looking at myself and it's like, wait, if you're saying this out of anger, have you felt like this the whole time? Like, it is how you always felt about me? Like, because words have meaning. So when you're saying I'm this and I'm this because you're angry, it's like, you must have always felt this way about me. And now that you're finally angry, you feel the need to take it out on me. That's not normal. That's not normal. You see, me right now, I could say, yeah, I've been sad a lot. I've been happy here and there. But one thing I've never been was angry. That's because I've made peace with my past. I've made peace with who I am. And now there's nothing for me to be angry about. That's why when there's little things that happen, even some people, it would upset them. But for me, I'm just like, it's whatever. Even a customer, you see, if sometimes a customer disrespect me, if that was someone else, they're so quick to turn up on them. Me, I just sit there silence, because here's the thing, like they say, if you have nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. And the thing about me is, like, I'm a mirror, but one thing I will never mirror is an angry ass person. I will never act in the way you act, because I don't see myself in that sense. I don't see myself in that aspect. Like, that's low vibrational energy. So it's like, I would never want to mirror something like that, especially anger. No, it could never give that. That's why I'm telling you guys, you have to tread lightly about angry people, because the minute you say something to tick them off, all of that pent up anger, they release it all on you. So it's not just about what you did today, but it's about what they're going through and what they haven't dealt with from their past. That's why one thing about it is, I realized when I was dealing with an angry ass person, I had to tiptoe around them. I didn't know what I would say that would set them off. I didn't know what I would do that would set them off. I was like in fear, because like I didn't want to hear like no more bad things about myself. Like, and at a certain point, you have to realize, when you hear something over and over and over and over, whether it's good or bad, you start to believe it. So when you're around an angry person for so long and they're degrading you and saying these hurtful things to you, at a certain point you start to believe it, and then you're like, you know what? Maybe they're right. Maybe they're saying this for a reason, but they're not right. It's just they're angry and it's internalized. And a lot of the things that they're saying to you, for you, you're probably like, oh, how am I this? How am I that? It's it's what's it called? Projection. What they can't face within themselves, they are projecting it onto you. So you're ugly, you're this, you're that. No, they don't like themselves, and all those things that they're saying about you is about themselves because they don't like what they see, and that's them. And that's why, don't you see, one thing about an angry ass person, one thing they have a hard ass time getting along with is people who love themselves and cherish themselves and actually hold themselves high. Why? Because if I'm not doing it for myself, how dare you do that shit in front of me? That's how they fucking act, and that's not fucking normal. You see me? One thing about me is I want people to do good in life. I want people to do great. I want people to be better than me. I want you to go further than I've ever went. Angry people, they don't want that. If they're angry, if they don't like themselves, you need to not like yourself. What the fuck do you mean you're sitting up in front of me and you're loving yourself and you love what you see in the mirror and you actually enjoy the presence of yourself? How dare you? How fucking dare you? And that's how it is for a fucking angry person. They don't want to see none of that shit because they've convinced themselves that they can't do none of that for themselves. So seeing you do it, it ticks them off. It ticks them off. It really destroys them. But again, it's internalized. When you make peace with your past and what you went through, there's nothing else to be angry about. When you make peace with who you are, there's nothing else to be angry about. One thing I'll admit that I've realized as well, a lot of men who are angry as fuck, them niggas is gay. They're gay. They can't deal with the fucking gay that's inside of them. But that's not for all of them. Sometimes it's other people. It's really different aspects. But for me, yeah, I'll admit, life was never always sunshine and rainbows. But at the end of the day, here's the thing, this is how I took it differently, because I could have stayed mad forever. I didn't have that like lovely little childhood, lovely little this and that. But the thing about it is I had a hard time, and here's the thing, I knew what hurt felt like, and I wouldn't want someone else to feel how I was feeling. So you know what I did? I kept it to myself. And I realized that, you know what, I want to be a good person because there's too many bad out here. At the end of the day, I would never want to use my words to hurt someone and make them feel the way I felt, because when I felt it, it did not feel good. Okay? Watch out for angry people for real, because they're really corrupt. All they do is take and they take and they take and they take, and they hate so much to the point where they want to watch you despair. That is their job. The way that they're in despair, they want to watch you do the same thing. So do not let them. Once you start seeing them red flags, babes, run. You know, even if you can't run, fly. Go book a flight. Get up out of here quickly. He may follow you, girl. He may follow you. Yeah, that's my message for today. And honestly, I'm speaking from the heart. I don't give a fuck what nobody has to say, and I know what I'm saying is fucking facts, because yeah, I pay attention. I pay a lot of attention, like, and I just see what they're hitting for, and I've dealt with a lot of angry people, so I know exactly what it is. Like, you're just not happy about your life, and then you let one times little things tick you off, the life that you're not happy about, all that anger that you got from there, you're bringing it all out. Keep it to yourself. What you're going through, it's amongst you. Don't release that anger that you're dealing with on other people, because they don't deserve it. It's your anger, not ours. Okay? That's my message for the fucking day. I'm clocking out for the day. I gotta go to work, because I'm gonna catch you guys later. Ciao, ciao.